Good morning. Man, oh man. I tell you what, I don't think I got enough sleep last night still. It's all good though. How are you all doing this morning? I am getting ready to go pick the garden again, get all my tomatoes and green beans canned before I leave Monday. So this whole weekend will be about finishing the garden canning. Well, not finishing, but getting it enough to where it can wait until I get home in a week to finish canning the tomatoes. Man, those cantaloupes are like this big. They're ginormous. I love it. Hi, Sheila. All right. It's so nice to have everybody on this morning. We're going to get started. Today on the Morning Muse on the other channel, we were talking about integrity. And the integrity talk came from something I was reading this morning. I was really trying to read into obedience and goodness. Excuse me. And I was reading, there's the 10 Commandments, and then there's the other things that we were commanded, if that makes sense. So you have the 10 Commandments, and then you are commanded to do things. So today we are going to go to First Peter chapter 2, 13 through 17. It's 1 Peter chapter 2, 13 through 17. It's called, the title of this is Submission to Government. We all know how much we love the government, but we're going to talk about the commandment. Okay. Therefore, submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether to a king as supreme or to governors as to those who are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of those who do good. For this is the will of God, that by doing good you may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men, as free, yet not using liberty as a cloak for vice, but as bondservants of God. Honor all people, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king. Okay, so what that is basically saying is for Christians to be a part of a culture and servants of God. Okay, this is, as a Christian, we are to be a part of our culture and servants of God. This means you must remember the Bible commands obedience. Okay, the Bible commands obedience to authorities, which means we have to pay our taxes. We have to listen to what the laws are. We have to abide in honor of our kings, governors, presidents, whatever. We have to be obedient to that, except when the authority demands immoral or ungodly behavior. That is the only time. So, say the tax collector comes, it's time to pay your house taxes, and he blatantly says, I am going to use this money to slaughter innocent children. That's when you could go against paying your taxes. However, they never tell you what your taxes are being paid for. And when they do, it's a lie, but that is on them. That is their immorality. So we don't have to worry about that. We do what God commands us. We follow the law. When you're driving down the road and you're doing 10 over and you get pulled over and you get a ticket, your job is to pay that ticket. Your job originally was to follow the speed limit. Okay. That is being obedient to our laws. Laws are supposed to keep order. When the laws aren't keeping order, that is of evildoers, and that is God's that is God to take care of. That's not us. We are to follow the commandments. The law is to go a certain speed is to keep the roadway safe. We are to abide by the law. But if it is like I know I keep bringing up the abortion thing, but we know biblically that is immoral. And so we can protest against that. We don't have to abide by that because the authority demands immoral and ungodly behavior in that aspect. So we don't, I mean, it's sometimes if the law says, yeah, you're allowed to have an abortion, that doesn't mean that we have to. Okay. And we shouldn't, because it is immoral and it is against godly behavior. So, um, yeah, I'm getting off on a little tangent here, but we have to keep in mind, okay? First, we are followers of Christ. And if the Lord tells us to follow the laws, we need to follow the laws. And he has. I mean, it's very clear in First Peter chapter 2 here, 13 through 17. We are to follow the laws. But if at any point it becomes the authority is demanding immoral or ungodly behavior, that is when we need to fight and say, no, I will not follow that law. My father says no. Does this make sense? It's everything I got in my head this morning. So this whole it's not even the abortion issue. It's the issues of government trying to take control of us that is really starting to weigh on me. It's bothering me because, and I keep thinking, they're trying to gain control of us. They're trying to use us as puppets. And so I'm really trying to avoid watching the news, but I'm also trying to stay informed because I need to know if whatever is going on is moral or immoral according to God's law. I'm not going to, it's easy to say that if someone came to me and said, deny Christ or I'm going to kill you, I would really like to believe that I'm strong enough to say, every piece of me will love you. Blow me to pieces. Every piece of me will love you. But all you're doing is sending me home. I'm okay with that. I would really like to believe that that's what I would do. But when you're in fear and panic, like something happened the other day, and I just immediately went to fear. And it took me about 5 to 10 minutes to realize that, wait, I have nothing to fear. There is nothing. So there was this road rage incident, and I was so afraid. And then finally, when I called on Jesus' name, and I just calmly walked over and took pictures of the license plates and uh, calmly spoke. I thought, there's nothing to fear. The Lord is with me. And what's the worst thing that could happen? I could be on the streets of gold. I really don't believe. I mean, this may be very humanistic of me, but I truly believe that I have a purpose here and I have not reached it yet. I mean, he talks to me all the time, tells me that now you need to do this. And I know there is a plan for me, and I don't feel like I don't feel like my time is up anytime soon. I mean, soon. What is that? I don't feel like it's going to be done today because I can see that God has this plan for me. And I don't believe he would let anybody take my life or take me out of the situation until that plan of his is fulfilled. And that's not being arrogant. I truly feel like he is speaking to me, saying that there is something bigger I am to do. Now, why would he have a plan for me and then it not come up? Maybe that plan is just to finish this video and reach somebody, and then my time is up. I don't know, but for now I feel like there is a plan for me, and until he has used me to fulfill that plan, then my time here is it's I mean, there's nothing to fear. That's my point. Until his plan for me is done, there's nothing for me to fear as long as I'm abiding by his commandments. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to be like, I'm not gonna die today because I feel like God's got a plan for me. That's not it. It's the plan could be just this video, and I might fall over when this video is done. I don't know. But the point is, I don't need to fear because when my time is up, it's up whether I'm afraid of it or not. And so I just need to be living in his authority before man's authority. I need to be doing his works. Man, I can't wait for the day he does call me home. Honestly, I mean, it's funny because I used to, when I was living wrong, I used to be like, yeah, I'm not ready to die yet. I'm not ready to die yet. I don't want to die. And now that I'm a child of God and I'm following in the righteous path, all I can think is, I, I mean, I don't want to die now because it will hurt others. And I want to be here to teach them about God first. But if my death and going home will help them, take me away. Beam me up, Scotty. Gosh, there's probably so many young people that don't even know what that term meant. Hmm. Anyway, do we have anything being said on here? Amen to fear. God never asked us to follow anyone blindly, not even him. Yep, that's what the Bible's for, to be able to learn. Okay, I don't see any questions. We have any more comments or questions or anything? Okay. Has anybody heard from Lynn B? I have not heard from her. She was not in the fortified class last night. She's not responding to texts. I know that she was going back into the hospital, so let's just keep praying for her. How does it feel to be getting older? I'll let you know. I'll let you feel me when I get home, Mom. No, I'm just kidding. That's my mom. I'm allowed to joke. Um, it's not getting older. It's growing in faith. But that's the same thing. I know what you mean, Mom. Okay, Aunt Lynn, I don't have any update on her either. So she must be doing well. Dennis, he got good news. Dennis, the one we were praying for with the colon polyps, he is doing well. He got his results back yesterday. He does not have cancerous polyps, and they're keeping an eye on some of the polyps. He will go back in a year to be retested. So that is great. She's been forgetful lately and working on her book on top of it all. She'll be there next week. Okay. So that was Lynn B. She is doing good then. All right. Brenda with a double mastectomy. I've reached out to her. I don't know if she's gotten her test results back on the lymph nodes or not. I should have an update by Monday for you though, assuming I can remember all of this while I'm driving. Kim, the Kim, she is doing well. She is getting better every day. She's getting her life back to normal. So she wanted to thank everyone for the prayers there. And then Sheila, the one with the double hip replacement that we were praying for a while back, she's on here a lot. She is almost ready to get back on her tractor and start working again. So her double hip replacement is healed very nicely. Willow, mom's upset. Okay, so Aunt Lynn is upset. Her appeal did not go through. She has to go home today. Oh, yeah, continue praying for her. Okay, and Willow, how is Willow doing? And while I wait for you to respond to that, Kevin, with the heart, he went back to the doctor on Tuesday. They recommended a second opinion on how his surgery went. So he will be going, I believe it's to the Mayo Clinic for a second opinion with a different doctor. So let's keep him in our prayers. And then Charles's heart. Charles is having his heart surgery today. So I will have an update on him hopefully Monday. Um, let's just continue praying. Okay. And Willow, she's good. Okay. Let's keep praying for her, her mindset, and that God will touch her and she will find the true healing within her mind and body. I think that is it. I hope I didn't miss anyone or anything. All right. Well, that's all we have for today. I will see you Monday. Please send prayers for my travel, and I will find a place to pull over and talk with you as close to 9:30 as possible on Monday. I guess I'm going to have to leave Monday. Too many clients on Tuesday. All right. I love you all so very much. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.